Greetings, people of Earth. My name is Rob Whelan. My pronouns are he, him. I'm an author, game designer, and professional nerd. And tonight I'm the host of Theater of the Mind Players, your friendly local actual play show.
Slaps.
We are playing
the
game Mazes from 9th Level Games. It is a fantasy role-playing game reforged that is a modern take on the classic fantasy dungeon RPG. We're going to be entering into the maze very shortly, but before we do that, I want to take a brief moment to discuss what maze we are playing. Now, in the long ago, the before time, there used to be soundtrack compilation CDs that you could buy, and for like movies. And oftentimes these CDs came in two flavors. One was the actual score that you could listen to in the movie. The other was a collection of songs that often were called music from and inspired by. And that's kind of what we're going for with tonight's maze. Tonight's maze is from and inspired by the classic Advanced Dungeons & Dragons module Pharaoh by Tracy and Laura Hickman. Now, Mazes runs in a way that wants to cut out the I don't want to say the boring stuff, but this isn't a game where you take, I take a 5-foot step, I use my pole to check for traps. I take a 5-foot step. It wants to get to the good stuff. By calling this inspired by, what I did was I took a few encounters directly out of the module. There are a couple of others that I took and then I changed, and there's like one or two that I also just kind of did to keep the same flavor of what I love about this module, which is Egyptian theming, weird magic, and lots of sand. So I'm hoping that all of that gets through here tonight. What I'd like to do now is I'd like to go around the table and have everybody introduce themselves and what character role you're playing and the character class that you've chosen. So the role is the die type, the class is the 2-word description under that. So let's start with our very special guest mind player.
Hello, I am Jenny Higgins, she, her, and this evening I will be playing Auntie. I am a Paragon using the D4 die type, and my class is Excellent Vagabond.
All right, let's move on to our next mind player.
Hi there, I'm Jordan Fishburne. She, her, and I am playing the Sentinel role, handy dandy D10. And I am the Blazing Magician.
Let's move on to our next mind player.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ethan Eichstedt Anderson, he, him, and I am playing the Savage Barbarian Date. D8.
What's your character's name?
Hard Farg.
Never going to remember that.
Yeah. I
rolls
remember.
off the tongue so nicely.
And let's move on to our last mind player this evening.
Hi, I'm Tawny P. Thompson, she, hers, and I am playing Artemisia, Artie to my friends. I am the Vanguard, so that good D6 energy, and I am the Dangerous Bravo.
All right. So, this crew of explorers has traveled over strange sands, purple nights, blazing hot days. We see the small caravan of animals, going up and down the dunes. Is it camels or is it something weird?
I feel like it's got to be something weird.
Yeah.
Like
Cross
ostrich.
between a camel and a grasshopper.
Yeah, camel
Okay.
hoppers.
Camel hoppers? Okay. We pan across the caravan as it makes its way to a huge black pyramid that dominates the horizon. Who is leading the caravan?
Vanguard.
Okay, describe your character.
Well, I'm Artemisia. I'm the Vanguard. No,
Yeah, we got that.
We forgot the van. so we
Artemisia is very much just like the. She's very like inspired by the classic like Greco-Roman warrior armors. Definitely looks a little badass. Riding along on her camel hopper.
Okay. So like a breastplate. Like, does she have like the brush helmet?
I don't think the brush helmet. The more plain ones.
Okay. Okay. So I'm getting kind of a Wonder Woman Amazonian vibe here too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go Themyscira.
Okay. Who comes into frame after her? I.e., who would like to describe their character next?
I shall come into frame next.
Okay.
Mr. Farge is following behind on his copper with big fur boots that his feet are very much sweating in. A fur shorts.
God.
And
It's night right now,
Oh, yeah.
right? So you might actually be the warmest.
Yeah.
and shirtless, but he's got like 2-inch long chest hair that's braided and beaded.
Okay.
Where?
What is his as the savage barbarian? What is his big scary weapon?
I'm gonna have to go with an axe.
Okay.
Seems traditional.
All right. Who follows behind?
I'll go next. The next person on a copper is Rebeza, who could be any day of the week mistaken as a blacksmith because she is thick and sturdy looking and all muscly, and wears like a leather apron over top of her like dark leather tank top and leather pants and big old leather boots, and she has a canvas rucksack that she just has slung across her body and like a cloak thing that's thrown all the way back so she can drink in that nighttime air.
And let's bring up the rear here.
Yes. Next, on the next copper, I am often mistaken for a coat rack covered in scarves.
Yes.
Tall, thin, it's kind of a silky pajamas, kind of casual look, but very easily bundled and knotted off to the side for being sneaky and slipping through tight spaces.
All right. One by one, the coppers hop over the dunes until they come to a rest on a dune overlooking a small temple. The temple is located sort of in front of the pyramid, and you know that the temple contains the entrance to the pyramid. The pyramid itself, it's sheer black rock on all sides. There's no obvious entryways, but your sources, whoever wants to claim that knowledge may feel free to do so, have told you that that this temple to Amana Raya, who is the pharaoh that is buried in the pyramid, is the way that the priests and the religious figures get into the temple. And you can see from your vantage point after you've gotten off of the the hoppers, you can hear, as the sun sets, the echo of chanting rolling across the valley. You can also see, from within the temple, it's one main round building with a couple of wings sort of poking out of the sides. But from the main building, you can see a flickering blue light.
Can we recognize what is being chanted?
You can if you make a book check.
Go for it. I got a 3.
Okay. Now, in mazes, you're not looking for a specific number. You're rolling your die type. Well, I should say you're not trying to beat a target number. You're looking for a specific number based on the action that you're taking. So, if I'm going to ask them to make 4 major rolls: books, boots, blades, and bones. Books, they will need to roll a 2 or a 3. Boots, they'll need to roll a 3, 4, and a 5. Blades is going to be a 4, 5, 6, 7. And bones is going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll engage with the mechanics a bit more as we go, but those are the basics. You know that the chanting is coming from the lay members of the Amanaraya cult. They're known as the beggars of Amanaraya, and they have brought. The idea is that they bring all of their worldly possessions, they give them up to the priests, and then they pray, waiting to be called forth by Amanaraya. What this usually means is they stay here without food or drink, and they pass into the spirit realm, hoping to be taken by the Pharaoh.
So,
Fair.
bad kind of cult. You know.
Perspective.
It wouldn't be much of an adventure if they were a good cult.
I mean, fair enough. Is there such
You
a
guys
thing
all
as a
drink
good cult,
coffee and talk about the
actually?
nature of good and evil.
Look at the pamphlet. They can't be that bad. Just look at the pamphlet.
Would that be a cult or a book club?
Well, these days, you never know.
Okay. So, do we know why they're chanting though? Like, what specifically they just, or this is just what they do? They come here, they leave their things, they stop eating and drinking, they just chant.
Yeah.
Until okay, all right.
They from what you can make out, it's Amanaraya. I am waiting. Amanaraya, I am waiting, but in a weird, spooky, chanty, echoey voice.
Okay.
Because it's a bunch of different people doing it.
Right. They're waiting.
Well,
So
shouldn't we go meet them then?
I don't think they're waiting for us.
yes.
The sound is rather enchanting.
I agree.
Richmond.
I like it.
Would you say it's Enchanté?
Oh my god.
That's a deep cut, folks.
Early cut.
Yeah. Well, if they're not waiting for us.
I believe they await death.
Oh, that
Yes.
could be us.
It could be. It probably shouldn't.
Okay. Well, then we just go.
Just bypass it altogether.
Maybe we leave them to their business. They seem happily occupied.
For now.
Do you think they would appreciate being sent off early?
Or
No, I don't. I don't think that's their aim.
Hard Farg, I just asked that question.
Yes.
Do we?
What?
I mean, we're gonna have plenty of chances to blow things up and wet our blades and climb ropes and jump over cliffs and all that fun stuff.
You may feed your axe on other things, I'm sure.
And if not, we can get them on the way out.
If we ever return.
As you
Be
are
positive.
watching, there is a flash of blue light from within the temple.
Should we follow the light?
Is this my guy signaling us?
Do you have a guy?
Maybe.
So, let's talk about stars. Each player has a certain amount of stars that they can use for various things. Usually they are connected to the edges that the character has. Every character has 3 edges. And oftentimes they can be used for to roll with advantage, which is similar to how it is done in 5e. Basically, you roll 2 dice, and if either of the dice hits the number you need, you succeed. But they can also be used for narrative control. Now, do you have an edge here that reflects the fact that you might have a guy?
Yes, I'm traveled, so I could spend a star to know someone from far away.
Okay. Then if that's what you want to do, I will gladly take that star.
Unless we think it's too soon to pull the pin on that.
It's a one shot.
On that particular
a
thing.
lot of stars,
You do.
right?
I have 4.
Oh,
I have 1.
I have 3.
I'm in between, so with the 2.
Yeah, so she does have the most at 4.
You could do it now just to sort of kick it off, and then we'll argue about spending stars and stuff later.
Okay, cool. just to kind of get the ball rolling and get to the action.
All right. Thank you. As you are discussing your plans and whether and just what levels of murder you are committing to, you hear an owl hoot. Woohoo!
That could go either way.
Shortly followed by a look up here.
And I respond, woohoo! Be cool. Just be cool.
The owls have learned to talk.
And
He's with us, darling.
a man comes tumbling over the dunes. He's dressed in the style of the beggars of Amanaraya, so like a robe and a like a pointed hat, and a wrapping around the top of his head. And he says, Auntie, it is so good to see you.
It is so good to see you. Are you well?
Do you have any water?
Yes.
And he
I reach into one of my many pockets. Here.
and he starts chugging it right. He's like, I have not drank in 2 days, 3 days.
Oh, here, have a biscuit.
and he eats it with 2 hands. He's so hungry for this tiny little biscuit, just like cherishing it.
Making it last.
Yeah. I think I know how to get inside the pyramid.
Excellent.
It's the flame at the center of the temple. I think it is some sort of teleportation or magical gateway.
Hardfarg, why don't you try it first?
I'm quite flammable.
I'll go first.
What smells like burning hair?
My magic is truly in the forge domain, so the person least likely to perish from stepping into a fire is probably me, knock on wood.
Or iron.
Or burn the wood.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're heading into the temple space?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Is there anything else your owlish friend can tell us?
I'm not an owl, I'm a person. That was just a signal.
I was making a joke.
I'm sorry. I haven't made a joke in in 2 weeks since I've been part of this strange organization.
They're very humorless, aren't they?
They don't speak.
Oh,
The only times that anyone moves are when the priests come to collect the ones who have passed on to Amun-Raya.
do the priests speak amongst themselves?
No, they are hooded and masked.
Do the priests eat and drink?
Not that I have seen.
Okay.
I could only imagine the riot that would occur if they brought food or drink into the chamber of the immortal flame.
I just find myself wondering if they themselves are as devoted to this Amun-Raya as the beggars of.
But darling, we always know that those who are on a higher level often afford themselves greater privilege than those who do the work below.
And sacrifice. I mean, imagine wanting to be dead so badly and still partaking of food and
They
drink.
take all of their things and they must secret it somewhere in there. If there isn't a snack in the middle of that temple, I'm not your auntie.
I suppose I find myself wondering if we should reveal this to the beggars of Amun-Raya at some point to
I mean,
free them from these.
Well, they're not forced. They give their things because they seek the sweet, deathly embrace of the Pharaoh.
Perhaps on a false pretense.
I mean, if we see it.
We could offer them some almonds and rye.
So are you able to get yourself to safety?
Yes. How did you get here?
You know what? I'm so tiny, I could probably ride back with you. I give him my hopper.
He pulls himself up and
And the pack has provisions to
Mhm.
get you at least to the first stop.
the oasis.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for risking yourself to give us this information.
You know I would do anything for you, Auntie.
Oh, I know, but I don't want to take advantage.
Yip yip. And the camel hopper.
The copper.
Yeah.
In the copper. When you see your mom, tell her I said, "How you doing?"
Hops out of the dune where it had buried itself, like up to they bury themselves up to their neck to stay cool, to cool themselves off. So it hops up once and then starts hopping away back towards the oasis from whence you came.
Hop along well.
I feel like the hopper will be the first of our many Lego sets once we have
Yep.
broken super
Yep.
large.
Does it have humps? And if so, like,
Yes.
It definitely has chitin.
Yeah.
And it spits like crazy.
Yeah.
But like gross spit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
like
it's
I
got
feel like almost
really
acidic.
big, cute eyes.
Cute
Yeah,
eyes.
like a camel head, but it has like mandibles inside its mouth.
Oh, cool.
And of course, when it takes
And
off,
cute
it
little
goes,
ears.
and then it lands and it goes cricket, cricket, cricket.
It's a cross between their, it's like furry ears,
Yeah.
antennae sort of thing,
Yeah.
and
Like a whole little.
we're gonna
Dealy
have a
bobber
whole
up
line
there.
of stuffies.
Yeah.
Literally, when you guys said to cross that with a grasshopper, I was like, how? I really appreciate the description.
Don't ask how the sausage is made. Exactly.
Or the camel hopper.
the camel hopper.
If we didn't talk about it in the show, that was going to be my first break question. How does that look?
All right. So, how are you approaching the eternal flame?
I'll follow your
Immortal
lead.
flame.
I suppose somewhat sneakingly.
Go ahead and give me a boots check.
Everyone's.
Well, is everyone going, or are you waiting to see how she does first? Before?
Oh.
I'll go.
You don't-
should get hit
If you're
and-
sneaking, you don't necessarily have to use boots. If you can figure out a way how you could use forge magic to shield your
Sound.
Oh.
that would be books.
if I were to chant and walk, what would that be to blend in?
Oh.
Forge magic has illusions.
Are the chanters in the temple or are they outside the temple?
They're in the temple.
Oh.
Like, as you approach, you see that they're basically in kind of concentric rings. And the ones who are the furthest up are the ones who are the most silent. Whereas the newcomers have parked themselves in the outermost ring.
Clarification. Are they facing the flame?
Yeah.
So we need you to, like, run in front of all of them.
Well, but they are all, heads
okay.
bowed, foreheads on the stone, like.
Okay.
So
All right, I'm doing a sneak.
All right.
I rolled a 6, which is not good.
Well, not necessarily. Is that your crown?
Yeah.
That is my crown. I am agile.
Okay. So, because it is torchlit right now, you can spend a star or treasure to succeed.
I only have 3 stars. Is this a good
There's
time
also
to
2 treasures.
I feel like treasures are more like Holocaust cloak level.
Well, I mean, keep in mind when you spend this treasure, you also spend it for everybody.
Oh, that's true.
I also want to ask, magic-wise, I only spend a star if it's like a major effect. But if it's like minor enough, it's not a big deal. If I cast an illusion, of it being more like a, what's it, the ripply hot air called?
Mirage.
like a steam mirage type of thing. Would that be considered a major effect?
For you, no. If you wanted to hit everybody, yes.
Okay. I only have 1 star, guys. Sorry.
Why don't I burn a star to get us all in safely?
Well, no, the star would be you. The treasure would be everybody.
Ew. But we only have 2.
But that would get everybody in safely.
Can we earn treasures later?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, there are other treasures in the temple that you can collect.
I was thinking that was the case, so I was a little confused. I thought I was wrong. Use this treasure.
All right. Let's do it.
Okay, so what item do you have that lets everybody get into the... I mean, I have a suggestion if you don't, if you need
I was
one.
kind of thinking of like a firecracker that I could set off and throw the other direction while we
Okay.
all run past.
Okay.
Look, it's the Pharaoh.
Exactly.
I would also suggest, if you're going to spend treasure, what if you have already acquired the cultist accoutrement and,
we're all just like,
Yeah.
Domine.
Imhotep. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Pull a Jonathan. I'm cool with that.
It's not my usual look, but it's comfy.
So you pull on the head. Everybody pulls on their headdress, and you all stalk right up to the burning flame. There's no heat though.
There's no heat here, guys. I think we're...
Who's going to touch it first?
I'll do it. I said I'd do it.
Rebezza disappears.
Oh.
I jump in.
Hardfarg, gone.
Bye.
Age before beauty. Oh, great.
And
Now
last
it's
but not
just me.
least?
All right. I hop in.
It doesn't work. I'm just kidding.
It noticed you were being snotty.
You were mocking the teleportation gate.
You just get a sense of, my flame magic is cool. You'll thank me later.
You find yourselves in a vaulted room. Scattered on the floor are various bits of coin, like a couple of like gold chalices and various bits and pieces. The ceiling is high and vaulted, And in the center of the room, there is a short column that's like waist high. On the column, there are 4 what look to be levers in various positions, each one made of crystal. There are 4 doors, one kind of roughly in each direction. And there's a skeleton on the floor with a sword out, pointing towards this particular door, and all of the doors are closed.
Can I go and try to lift the door that the sword is being pointed at?
Okay. That's going to be a bones check, but I believe you have, like, strong, correct?
I is strong.
Okay.
Which is advantage.
Which is advantage.
Boom. Nope.
Sorry, let me help you.
Nope. Because he
Sorry,
failed.
bud.
It is
Looked
not.
real offended that you tried that, so I'm just gonna pat you on the back and move on to the next attempt.
Good game. Good game.
Yeah. No.
How about, like, I was trying to make him feel better that he couldn't lift it?
Sure.
Like, I held it just enough for my muscles to really flex and went, oh man, that's so heavy.
Guys, the doors are locked. I don't know if you knew that.
That it's a very good assumption. Yes.
Should I try the next one?
Oh, I don't. That doesn't seem necessary, does it?
Well,
You're fairly certain that you can't physically lift these doors.
maybe the crystal levers are the key.
Levers, yes.
4 levers, 4 of us. Whoa.
You've seen the skeleton over here, yes?
Yeah.
Yes. So just a fair assumption that perhaps pulling the wrong lever could, arguably get us killed.
I thought he was a feature, not a... Okay.
I mean, everything else is rather disorganized in here. I just figured he was a deterrent of, like,
I mean, he certainly is a deterrent.
well, yes.
Is his
I look up. Is there anything above that looks like it would drop, or
You actually see a arched, open, like a window or a doorway or something that leads. Is where light is pouring into the room. But if you could get up there, you might be able to get through that door.
how far up is it?
Like 30 feet.
Oh, all right.
We could stand on top of each other's shoulders. That'll get you at least halfway there, maybe.
Are there any sort of markings on the levers? Or
Or fingerprints?
Yes, there is an ancient script
The one.
that you may know how to read, or somebody who is good at books should maybe take a look at.
Auntie.
I'm good at books.
Okay. Give me a books check.
Okay. Now, where it said in the book, in the description, it said I'm pretty good at all things, but I shine with books and boots.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean I roll with advantage for either of those?
What that means is you're more likely to hit 2 or 3 because that is the range of your dice.
because I got small numbers.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're like basically the higher the die type, the broader your talents are, but because you roll a d4, you're more likely to hit the 2 or the 3 that the books need.
Well, I got my crown.
Okay. So that means that you can either spend a star or a treasure to succeed here.
Well, we would like to open a door without dying.
that would be a preference. Right?
And luckily, if I do spend a star on this, I'm not the only one that's going to be able to go through the door. So
Sure,
I
yeah.
will be able to share that bounty without spending the treasure.
Okay.
Perhaps we may find a treasure.
I hope so.
The writing on the pedestal seems to be like a reminder. It says, when treasure chamber is full, all levers up. When treasure chamber is empty, all levers down.
We have some.
And then there seem to be underneath that instructions on what lever positions to open specific doors on this level, but those have been ravaged by the sands of time.
Of course.
Can we tell how this skeleton died?
Give me a books check. Or you don't have to make it. You can let somebody else do it. Or
Yeah. I crowned it.
okay.
Do you want to spend a star?
Is this a nature-related death?
No.
Okay, then. I fail.
All right. Let's make the assumption there were a lot of people out there. So maybe the treasure chamber is full. Because they all brought their shenanigans with them.
But all of the levers would be up.
But the levers are mixed right now. We need to pick up or down. If the treasure chamber is full.
Or if you want to maybe seek out the treasure chamber, you figure out which of these doors to open. If, in fact, the treasure chamber is on this level. It's almost like a maze.
Yeah.
A maze.
Or something.
I believe we should just use brute force and just start flipping levers and see what happens.
I agree. But
It feels like certain death, but y'all have at it.
I think the skeleton might just be pointing us to what door we have to go through. Right?
I don't know. The only morbid thought that I have is that when they're talking about if this is the treasure chamber, if it is full, is it because they've ushered in a whole bunch of supplicants that are ready to meet the Pharaoh? So if we move everything into that position, does that mean everyone's going to die?
I'm also thinking about either water or sand.
Oh,
And maybe the guy's pointing because that's the exit of where everything dumps.
This way to the great egress?
Or just natural wait.
Do any of you guys know if gold's magnetic? Just a sidebar.
It's not.
It is not.
No.
Damn it. I was trying to figure out the fastest way to pick all these coins off the ground, but
Do you have
Do you have
magnets?
a magnet?
I can make one. one of
magnet's magnet.
one of my spells is lodestone, so I can make a magnetic field.
Or a compass.
To show us which way's north. That's perfect.
Because when I die, I want to make sure I know which way I'm facing.
Yes.
Rob, I would like to flip the levers down. Because it's empty in here.
Can I try my
Oh, if you want. I just figured everyone was
first?
talking. So I just need to-
just before, so we can say that we at least tried to do it that way.
All right. I'm going to say that your lodestone is actually going to point towards the highest amount of treasure that is on the level. And it is that door. It points towards that door.
Not the one that the skeleton is pointing.
No. The skeleton is pointing this way.
I'll put my, because my whatchamacallit, my evoke disc is a triangle, which is perfect.
Okay.
I'll just put it back in my little rucksack.
Now are you going to hit
Yes.
junk? Junk. And as you pull one down, the various doors kind of open and shut in different configurations. And then as you pull the last one down, all the doors come down and shut. And then you feel a rumble. And then you hear thump, thump,
Well, that's ominous.
thump.
I flip a switch up.
It starts out in the coming from behind the door that the sword is pointed at.
Ooh.
And you hear the thump echoing beyond the walls of the crystal chamber. And that is where we end our first episode of Mazes.
Aw.
I think next episode is going to be a fight.
No.
We'll be back next week with further
thinking.
exploration of the maze of the Pharaoh. Until then, just repeat to yourself, it's only a game. I should really just relax. Congratulations, fellow human! You've reached the end of an exciting episode of Theater of the Mind Players. If you enjoyed our story, please like the video. If you want more games, subscribe to our channel. Attack the bell for notifications on new posts. If you liked the episode, please tell us what you enjoyed the most in the comments. If you loved the episode, consider joining our Patreon. You'll get access to special shows, session zeros, and help us determine what we play on the show. We love our friends of Pat Rayon, and we hope to see you there.